We're just resting the eyes, seeing nothing. Non-meditation, meditation, already awake. And as we rest, then in vast open space, and the resting is the key. We invoke and ignite the heart of bodhicitta. That heart mind, that awakening in you that holds everything, that knows the truth of everything, all objects, and the space that holds them. And once we make contact with the space, we've been offering one of the aspirations. It's one of my favorite. I recite it daily. As we breathe into the Bodhi heart, that which is alive, ignited, awakened, pure, vast, empty, and infinite. May I become at all times, both now and forever, a protector for those deserving and in need of protection, a guide for those who have lost their way, a ship for those with oceans to cross, a bridge for those with rivers to cross, a sanctuary for those in danger, a lamp for those without light, a place of refuge for those lacking shelter, and a servant and benefactor of all beings everywhere, without exception, omitting none. And then we let that vast open space be infused by that truth. It might feel vibrational or expansive or like nothing at all. be watchful of the habit for gluing to an object that is often a fear based mind. It doesn't mean we don't make contact with objects, they're arising and passing every moment. We just see the object and then we open back, don't we? No matter the object, no matter the demon, no matter the angel, no matter the lover, right? We see the object as the object arising out of conditions and open space. And we make contact with the space, letting the object simply come and go. We might notice the object of the breath in this vast field of this body, which is much larger than its appearance. Atoms bouncing everywhere. Can you allow the arising of the sensation, its appearance? And then watch how it changes, how it fades, and how it goes. And so there's nothing to see and nothing to look for with an eye open practice. We rest the eyes. And if you notice, as you will, that the mind, uh, the thinking mind, seeks an object, just noticing, and I like to offer a little smile there, just looking for some kind of handle, a vast open space, that expanse, that emptiness. Though it is our truest nature, is something we can also uh, react to. We can get a little fearful. And so when it feels like that's a lot, uh, you can just naturally lower the eye for a moment, gather yourself, remembering awareness, making contact with the body for a moment. See if you can feel all the space available in the body, in the self. Gathering a few breaths, and then when you're ready, gathered, just open back into the if you're trying, let it go. Trying not to see, trying to see the open space, conceptualizing that idea. Where is that? Well, it's everywhere. It's in objects, around objects, objectless. Don't think about it, just rest. No struggle, no resistance, nothing to achieve or attain, already present. And then we even let go of the base instruction, which is eyes open or closed, whatever. Now, right? Now, meditation, eyes open. Now, meditation, eyes closed. Just provides a different scene and scenery, but it is the same unmoving mind. It is the same vast, open, ever expanding heart of bodhicitta, flame ignited. Offering that light, that warmth, that spaciousness. And be watchful of what you think that means, because now we're like, how do I generate that? I heard somebody, and the truth is, you don't have to generate that, you are that. We're resting so that we can make contact. Essential truth. Maybe a bridge, a boat, a raft. The doctor, the nurse, the good medicine. A light in the dark, a blanket in the cold. May at all times be this refuge. And as we rest in the truth, we see the marks of existence simply arising and passing like thunderbolts, described as a drop of dew. The arising object passes, no matter its nature. This is essential. It comes and it goes. It is essentially imperfect. It is unreliable. It is unsatisfactory. You cannot keep it or hold it or get rid of it, making it perfect. Whatever the object, whatever the thought, however pornographic, however murderous, it is not you. You cannot keep it. It is not I or me or mine. And so we see it all in that vast open space, like a grand and brilliant firework. There it is. There it goes. This is not only the truth of the objects, it is the truth of you. Impermanent you. And so we train in meditation like this, holding nothing, grabbing nothing, rejecting. And then we smile at the truth. We take delight, we rejoice in our plan. We are now awakened, awakened, awakened. And free. Oh, bodhicitta. Oh, that awakened heart mind. Oh, honey, sweetheart, loved one, lovely me. Call it whatever you will, precious and sublime. May you arise where you have not yet come to be, and where you have arisen in my own awakened heart mind and in yours. May you grow and flourish and never diminish. Evermore and more. And so long as time and space endures, it's a long time. And as long as there are beings who exist, may I so too remain, to wash away all the sorrows, all pain, all fear, all the confusion in this world. And may our practice today contribute. And may all the merits and benefits, all the blessings, and all the crap, may it be released. so be it. Do your scrunchies. Have a good day, Dia. Dia's off to work. Now, if Dia can make it here before work on Saturday, what do you think? Right? Like there she went. I'm not above guilting. I admit it.
Bribing and guilting.
Uh-huh.
Carrot and stick.
Carrot and a stick. I'm going to give you coffee and then I'm going to slap you. And so can we talk about non-meditation for a minute? We have a few minutes before 8:30 and I wanted to create that really just so we could check in on like, what are you noticing as we are moving into our third week of this practice? And with the invitations today, what are you sensing, seeing, knowing?
Still a lot of meditation.
Yeah, the trying.
Or just the kind of falling back, just kind of almost mindlessly going to the breath.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very tempting.
And it kind of felt good too, just
Yeah.
to kind of rest in the breath.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, I just let myself and then kind of open back up from there.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything, I wouldn't even say that was something else. I would say just the noticing the breath, there's the breath, and have a habit for the breath, and I like to rest, to hang out there. I do have a lot of history with the breath. It's become quite a handle for me. I don't know if I would even change that.
Yeah.
Really?
There was a difference in experience though, of like intentionally placing my attention on the breath or intentionally kind of, I'll say looking for space. It didn't have a seeking quality. It was just kind of an opening to space.
Yes.
Intentionally pointing towards space versus intentionally pointing towards
Yes.
breath.
You could feel the difference in
There
that.
is a difference.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think so. Object and objectless and not, right? A little joke. I don't remember if it was Sogyal Rinpoche, someone in one of our, it was Lama Surya Das, who kind of did the objects, no objects, really same, right? I mean, really, it's appearance, but it's nothing real, and you can't grab it anyway. So, yeah, I would just say that instruction is better than, well, there's this, and I notice a qualitative difference. Actually, for me, I can never really get into jhana state easily with non-meditation meditation, right? You're just like here, and then you're still here, and there's here. I think probably with long sits. But really that sort of blissful, right, depth of brainwave, just doesn't quite happen in the same way for me. But I don't know about long-term practice. I would suppose in the end it's the same for everyone. Do you have any thoughts about that? Because you know a little about the brain. Is it true, do you think? Non-meditation, meditation ultimately equaling those sort of jhana levels, and I suppose with
I
time.
usually hear more about the concentration.
Me too. But I think concentration is probably even available there in a, It's an
Yeah.
interesting question. I don't know the answer because I haven't done this level of meditation for the same number of years.
So I haven't been here for a few weeks, so I don't really know what you're calling on meditation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what, this,
Exactly the way I instructed it. Resting in open space.
that's what I would do.
Uh-huh. Not seeking objects, not avoiding
Just
objects.
allowing everything to be as it is.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever is in its arising and passing.
I could think it's good.
I think I sense a little,
Longer.
and I'm guessing maybe with someone more practiced, maybe not. I guess maybe the point is, what are we really looking for in the practice then? I mean, what are you looking for? If we're just looking for clear seeing, each, right? has
My
some-
meditation is not looking for anything. is it?
Mhm. That's correct. Well, not looking for everything, seeing everything. Not looking for anything, right? Because then your object based or attached or gripping, grabbing, like I do the breath. It's my habit. I get a little distressed. I drop in.
Yeah,
And
you know,
I can't, well, let me shift here.
the eyes open, you know, for me, it was very easy to just close them here. They were open. But it didn't take me long to have that same sense or similar sense to eyes closed.
Yeah.
There was just nothing to sense. They were open.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if a bright light had flashed, I would have seen it.
Yeah.
But
Not seeing.
it was just
Yeah.
like it was turned off, and then I
Yeah.
recognized I could do the same with hearing.
Yeah.
And maybe thinking, not sure, but it does give you a bit more space, and that's
Mhm.
space to explore what it is.
In our everyday lives, then, with eyes open, really, mostly. I think meditation's aspiration was that we could come to see those marks of existence in all things and ourselves, and so then not grip, grab, struggle, right? This is the nature of suffering. Like that thought, right? It's no problem now. And then you can choose to inquire, investigate, right? All that good other work we do, particularly in the Vipassana tradition, what's the insight? Where's the wisdom? In non-meditation meditation, they say everything, really, and I love this too, in its wisdom. Right? So there is no rejection of then I went to the breath, or then I had the murderous thought, or there's nothing that is not essentially already included. So really, that's when the total instruction kind of falls apart, though they give it at the beginning. It's like, whatever, then noticing the turning towards the breath, and then noticing the not knowing what that meant, and perfect. Impermanent, impersonal, and imperfect. Everything. Over and over.
I think it's unsatisfactory. Just wonder. So, how do you create a connection between unsatisfactory and satisfactory? Where is that?
A connection.
Yeah, or is there?
What do you mean by unsatisfactory? Just the not liking something?
Liking's not.
It's a bit
It's
bigger.
Not satisfactory.
my presence. Cash or death or whatever. There is this sense that it's it's just not right. And I, but where is that right? So, you know, is it two sides of a coin? And what, do I just have to accept that fact? You know, I'm not suggesting I'm unhappy. Just, just trying to figure out, am I there? Or is it over there? Or why am I looking for it? Can I just accept it? And many times I can't accept it. And then I wonder-
This idea of satisfaction,
yeah,
looking for
yeah,
the juice.
yeah.
Yeah. Looking for the, whatever that, like excited for the football game.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always been excited, like, right? And noticing maybe some shift there. Not quite as, right? Anybody have a sense of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Looking for the juice.
yeah, looking for the juice.
I think it's just part of being human. We're always doing that. A lot. Rather than just accepting what's coming down the pipe.
Well, what's here?
It's already, you know, the difficult situation, whatever it is that I don't like, has already happened. And so there I am sort of resisting something that's already happened. That's sort of a ridiculous idea. And yet it can set me up then for the future moment, right? Oh, I'm in this space where I don't like that thing that happened for a long time. You know, thinking about it, bringing up all of the thoughts that I have that go along with it.
That support that should be happening.
Yeah, it should be happening that way. That way. It's easier because I was just on vacation. It's easier on vacation to sort of float along, right? Then I come home and the insurance company calls. And the insurance company they want me to cut trees around my house, you know. Cut trees around. So, you know, it's just, I think it's just built in.
Yeah.
But seeing it, right? That's the important thing, seeing it. And then
The recognition
the
is
recognition of
liberating and beautiful every time it happens.
right. And I can be okay with that. That's the insurance company. They have underwriters. They need to.
Seeing the grip and seeing the capacity to recognize it and then release is also beautiful. Right? And we don't maybe even have to change the grip,
It's just preferences.
right?
All the time.
Yeah. Isn't it
You don't
there?
have to-
We talk about that as the bias, you know, for the present moment, don't we? Like, should be a little warmer. It could be a little warmer and then just a little sunnier. That's that juice, I think, Jim, where like right then I'd really show up and like it and be open and receptive. And if it could be quieter, or if she could shut up more, something could happen, then I could. And as long as we're recognizing that, see, I think this is liberation. I know it is. Because then I just smile. I'm smiling now because I'm recognizing my own, right? You just chuckle. And as long as you don't mistake that for you either, isn't it? There's a key here. Like, be careful because now you're like the one looking for the juice or the one who can't find it. Either, right? Either way, I think it's dangerous.
That's why the satisfaction and dissatisfaction are the same thing.
Right? Be careful. We got to watch that because now I am the one. And now I've solidified everything. I've created the identity of I'm the guy who can't enjoy it anymore. Like, you know, I'm the one who has no joy. Really? I don't think probably that's true. And neither is it true. I think it is. I noticed this about my own aging, I will say. I don't have the same experience with this wedding as I probably did, right? But am I supposed to? Do I have to have the same experience? And is it less? Right? Now my real interest is to show up and be a support, which feels really wonderful and lovely. I don't have sort of butterflies about it. I probably did. You know, like, oh, weddings. It's not that. And I think there is something that has grown, which is how do I show up for not what I'm going to get, right? The juice I'm going to get, but really the juice I'm going to give. And that feels way different for me. Like, I really want to be there for Carrie. And I really mean that. Like, and that's like right up there at the top of my list. Right. And will there be warm, fuzzy feelings and a beautiful ceremony? And it's in a gorgeous setting. It's all true. Not so much the point. Right. And so then here's the other side of that for me, I have to tell you, is that I go, it doesn't matter where it is. Because actually, for me, it doesn't. And then I think we even move out of preference. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even matter. Let's have it on the beach. Let's have it in the parking lot. Right. And then people get annoyed. I know when I say that. I know, son. I know you're mad at me. No, I'm joking. He's not mad. But he's like, fucking shut up, mom. The parking lot's not the same as the beach. It's not the same as the garden. Well, actually, sorry, it isn't that it isn't what it is, but really my interest is to show up for you. And that I want to be, right? I don't want that to be based on where it's at. I don't want that. I just want that to be there for you. And of course he got that. Still said fuck you. So.
What comes to mind is like setting though. The set or the mindset is just the desire to be with them.
That's right.
Or whatever
That's
is
right.
the aspiration.
Yes.
But that the setting is also can be something
Yes.
that
Right.
may have.
Well, it could be for him, right? And wouldn't I want his joy? And of course I do. Right? Don't I want Connie's?
The setting for your set.
No, I don't. And I think those distinctions also, Jim, might happen. It doesn't, it's not the same exactly, and maybe even bigger in its, I'm going to use Mike's word, in its non-preferencing. But there is no judgment about preference. That's not the point. The point is, yes, unconditionally. I'm going to show up for you in the parking lot too, or at the Botanic Garden. And well, then you don't grip, grab, get rope burn quite so bad when it does rain on your wedding day, right? There's just a little liberation, a little less suffering there. Well, I love that. And I even noticed this about sports teams. Jim and I are both from the Midwest, where you have nothing. So the one thing you can do is really grab around, right? The Wisconsin and the Cubs or the Bulls. And I watch the games with still joy with my husband, who's very invested, and right. And I just think, wow, that's just a lot of energy around that. It doesn't make it less fun when they win, but I actually notice I don't suffer as much when they lose.
And you can watch everybody else having fun.
Yeah, and feel and fun
And be part of that.
yeah,
Right.
and a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So it just gives you maybe more. And yes, probably some non-attachment noticing. What did the Buddha called it? Dispassion. There's a level of dispassion. Like, I don't have to have it like that, or it doesn't gotta. And it doesn't mean there's less joy. In fact, I'm going to tell you honestly, I think there's more. I think there's more joy. Because now joy in the parking lot too. Joy in the cold too. Right? It's also true that it's not happening maybe exactly our way.
I'm gonna riff on something.
Yeah. How much time? We have 8:29.
Oh,
No, you're good.
I'll tell you, as a ketamine therapist, and someone who does ketamine myself, professionally, personally for my own good, I'm just understanding there's a phenomenon that happens for my patients and for myself, where after you do ketamine for a week or two, your nervous system is completely deactivated. And seriously, where patients who have severe trauma or agoraphobia and anxiety are not bothered by things. And this is what long-term practice gives us to some extent.
after 25 years of meditation, I can get to, oh shit, I want this, but it's okay that it's not happening. But after ketamine, it's a true non-attachment. It's because my nervous system isn't online,
Yeah.
agitated by what normally would agitate. And I've never had the deepest non-dual experiences out. Let me say this, as a non